all the sides for the holidays when that takes up all the time?
Who's got the budget for the sides for the holidays?
Right.
I mean, oh my heavens, after you've picked up the turkey or the ham, here are the sides, and these are sides.
8 pounds of food.
8 pounds of food from St. Clair's, and they cook and make the sides for fancy restaurants and us. They've been doing it for 20 years, and we've got 4 flavors. You're not even having to choose. You're getting 4 different, distinctive, delicious, delectable sides from St. Clair's. Homestyle side dishes, $79.98, a November 11th or December 9th ship date. You'll receive the cornbread dressing. You will receive the green bean casserole. You will receive the sweet potato casserole, which AKA, I know it says casserole, but I should cross that out and say dessert. You're also going to receive the cheddar hash brown casserole as well. All of these coming home to you, all of them cooking from frozen, 60 minutes in your oven, and guess what? You have the ooey gooey, yummy, yummy, more please on your plate. And I have Lauren Edmonds. She's here with us, and she actually is part of, even part of, you're responsible for several of these recipes.
That's
and certainly your family
plate.
is. I know, that's my favorite plate.
This is the
without
plate,
the meat.
without any of the,
without the protein.
without the
Slice of
protein.
turkey on top.
Yeah, just
That's
put a
it.
slice of turkey on top and throw some gravy on it.
Yeah.
Lauren Edmonds,
It's the
your
best.
family's been doing this for how many years now?
48
years.
48
so
years.
We have been, like you said, providing side dishes to restaurants and only to QVC for 20 years.
Yeah.
We started 20 years ago. I can't believe it. So we love that we can bring these to your home, make your holiday a little easier. You don't have to do all the work in the kitchen. You can spend time with your family, and you don't sacrifice on that delicious holiday flavor because you're baking these at home. And look at all these delicious ingredients.
I love that you're starting with the desserty one.
Oh yes, well,
the desserty one.
I'm a little partial to this one because this is my grandmother Ruth's recipe. So this is our sweet potato casserole with a Dutch crust on top. Always start with fresh sweet potatoes. Look, you can even see like the little chunks in there. And you got that brown sugar, pecan, walnut crust on top that you can see gets nice and toasty in the oven.
I feel like you can actually taste with your eyes how sweet that would be,
Oh,
like in
it's
a
so
really
delicious.
great creamy way. Okay,
Leftovers
that's the sweet
with
potato.
ice cream. Oh, it's delicious. And then we've
I
got
took a
our
giant
green...
bite of that. It is so hot.
I know,
But
but
I was like, I don't care. It's so delicious. So here's the thing. So that's the sweet potato casserole with that crust on the top. What's that one?
This is our green bean casserole. Look at these bright, crisp, tender green beans, little red peppers in there, little mushrooms. And what we do is we make the sauce in there from scratch. So you're not adding a can of this and a can of that. You're getting that delicious homemade flavor with that cream sauce in there. You can see the spices, the red peppers, and then of course, you have to have those crispy toppings. Oh yeah, look at that crispy onion topping on top.
Look at that.
It gets so perfect in your oven, so delicious.
And that bright green,
It's a
those
tradition.
green beans are super bright green, which I love. And as you said, you're not just adding that can of soup from the can. You know what we're talking about. This is homemade, my friends.
So this one is our cornbread dressing. Y'all, this is a Southern staple at the holidays. I just want you to look at all those spices in there. You can see the sage, the black pepper, poultry seasoning. And then you've also got those dices of fresh celery, fresh onion that we dice in-house, add to the cornbread crumbles, and what keeps this so nice and moist is that buttermilk.
Look at that.
It's so delicious. Doesn't even need gravy.
You know, I always thought to myself, like, I can't have that instead of my mother's, you know, like her stuffing.
Yeah.
This, I've never had
I
cornbread
love it.
dressing that I loved more.
It's so delicious.
It's so delicious.
It's so
yeah,
delicious.
it really is.
And if you've ever made cornbread dressing at home, it's a pain to make.
There's a lot of work.
It's like a 2-day process because you got to bake cornbread, let it dry out, toast. You know, it's all the steps.
The prep.
So this is our hash brown casserole. Y'all, this is delicious with a fried egg on top on the next day, but it's also delicious right out of the pan hot. Shredded potatoes, sour cream, onions, spices, cheddar cheese inside mixed into those shredded potatoes. And then, of course, we top it with more cheddar cheese on top.
What I love, Lauren, is that each one of these sides is a completely different taste sensation and flavor explosion. So it's not like these will all blend together. They don't. They have their own personality and their own way and place on the table. You're receiving 8 pounds of food for under $80. That's $9.99 for a fully cooked fully homemade recipe, you make in your oven in 60 minutes, and you don't have to babysit it. You don't have to do, I've got to cook the green beans and make sure that they're done. You're not doing 12 steps aside.
No.
You're doing one step. It comes in one tray that you can put in your own temptations if you want to, and you can pass it off like it's your own. All 4 of these are coming home to you. $20 on that easy pay.
So easy.
You let us know, do you want it November 11th or December 9th? There's no auto delivery. And when Alberti says he orders these, I like to have them just on hand because maybe I'm not doing all 4 sides in a big dinner.
Right.
I just like to have them available because, you know what? Maybe I'm going to do those Kansas City steaks. And then I want the hash browns as a side.
Definitely.
Maybe the next night, I'm going to be doing, I don't know, a seafood platter, and I want the green beans as a side. So there's no rule that says you need to use all these sides all in that one big fancy dinner. You just have 2 pounds of sides, which will feed. How much will each one feed in general?
Oh, you're talking 6 to 8 servings
I think so
per
too,
pan.
right?
I mean, we like to get a little bit of each.
Yeah.
And it's just a spoonful or 2, but it is so rich, so decadent. And let me just tell you, it's like you said. Maybe you have your signature mashed potatoes that you like to make, and you can't have Thanksgiving without your mashed potatoes. That's great. Well, let us do the others. Let us do the sweet potatoes. Let us do the green bean casserole. Let us do, think about all those ingredients that you would have to buy to get all 4 of these casseroles. These sweet potatoes.
Right.
You would not have to peel a single sweet potato if you have this casserole. It is ready to go. And like I said before, you're not sacrificing any flavor. It's so buttery and delicious. These sweet potatoes are a little bit sweet with that ham or that turkey. It's the perfect side. You've got that brown sugar, pecan, walnut crust on top. And let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Sorry. So the topping, sometimes you see these casseroles with like huge pecans on top.
Yeah.
Well, my dad doesn't like pecans. So my grandmother always ground up the pecans, and that is why we have the ground up pecans on there.
What's funny is that you were like, you're not sacrificing flavor. And for somebody who's not a cook, not a big cook, that's me. I'm not only am I not sacrificing flavor, I'm giving you something better than I think I'd be able to whip up myself. So, you're buying these, maybe you are a great cook and you're gonna buy this just for a little bit of ease. As Lauren said, you do the mashed potatoes like a, boss, and you wanna have these available, great. I'm somebody who, if I'm hosting, this gives me confidence to host and have my first dinner for other people, because I can tell you right now, I can't make a sweet potato casserole like this.
Right.
Like, your family puts your foot in it. Like, there's like, it's homemade, tastes like your grandma made it, and that's because these recipes are your family recipes. So you're receiving the sweet potato casserole, you are receiving the cheddar hash browns, you are receiving the cornbread dressing, you are getting that green bean casserole. All of that for $20. We've got well over 500 spoken for.
Thank you.
Let us know, do you want it November 11th or December 9th? And get more, because there isn't an auto delivery, so if you need them for several meals. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Appreciate you. Cheers to you. Okie dokie, so we want to remind you and let you know